Jay-Z involved with the NFL, and this is very confusing. They made a big deal about this yesterday. Jay-Z's firm, Roc Nation, is going to help produce the Super Bowl halftime show. They're going to be involved in identifying and producing new music for the NFL, like the NFL is becoming a music producer. Kind of a bizarre situation. Also, there's a sense that there's going to be involvement with Jay-Z and social justice initiatives by the NFL. And I saw this yesterday, Chris, and I took a step back because Jay-Z has been a vocal supporter of Colin Kaepernick. How does Jay-Z do a deal with the NFL, considering what the NFL has been doing to Colin Kaepernick? And does Jay-Z only do that deal with the NFL if he's gotten some sort of assurance that the cold shoulder of Colin Kaepernick may soon be coming to an end?
Well, he's been very supportive, you're right, of the Colin Kaepernick situation. I mean, ultimately, I think what got this done was money. I mean, let's just be real about that. But that doesn't mean Jay-Z doesn't have great care for some of the social issues that are going on in our country. And I kind of take it like this. I'm with you. At first, I went, oh, he did a deal. I was shocked because of what, has been out there about Kaepernick and all those things. But at the same time, maybe this is a smart guy, Jay-Z. Greatest rapper of all time. And I think he's looking at it going, yeah, it's messed up with Colin Kaepernick, and I'm not necessarily in love with being in business with you guys, with how you treated him. But I think there's also, the wherewithal to go, maybe I can help stop some of this stuff in the future. And we can grow as a country, a league, everything, and just become better from it. In that aspect, I do respect it. And, the quote that Jay-Z put out there, that's where I think it turned me a little bit because that led me to believe he's looking to change the culture in sports, the world, how we view things. Like we were just talking about, shut up and dribble, shut up and play sports, okay? But, rich white man, nope, don't shut up. We'd love to hear what you say, and I'm sick of that. And, I'm hoping Jay-Z just going to help that conversation, make players feel better, open the eyes of people in the NFL to what's really going on in the hood and some of the poorer places in our country where African Americans are going through some big time struggles.
I know that I read the same quote you did. I read the quote from Jay-Z, the quote from Commissioner Roger Goodell, and to me, those words ring hollow as you continue to screw Colin Kaepernick. If we believe that he's being screwed, and I think we do, I think honest, fair-minded people who can set aside their intense dislike of Colin Kaepernick because they can't separate a protest that happens during the national anthem from the concept that he is protesting the national anthem. I think that you can't continue to freeze this guy out and embrace the very lessons and concepts and principles he is trying to promote. And if I'm Jay-Z, now look, I don't want to tell Jay-Z how to do his business. He's been more successful than I'll ever be if I'd lived to be 1,000,000 years old. But I find it hard to believe that he would sign off on an arrangement with the NFL unless the NFL has made it clear to him that they are in the process of getting Colin Kaepernick back into the National Football League in some capacity. And it's a tough tightrope to walk without Colin Kaepernick re-embraced by the NFL. And maybe it's part of me just holding out hope that we get to see the guy on a football field again. We've been robbed for 3 years of his talents and abilities. We saw him for a couple of years with crappy 49ers teams where it was impossible for him to play like he did in 2012 and 2013. The guy still has something to offer. And the voice, stick to sports. No, we're going to keep saying this guy got screwed. He got screwed. And he continues to get screwed. It's not ending just because they settled his collusion grievance, whether they're retaliating against him because of the collusion grievance or they're still showing him who's boss because he made the other players aware of their rights under the anthem policy. I believe they're still screwing him, Chris. Yeah. And all the excuses out there are just BS.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. They are screwing him. I don't think you can even look at it any other way. He's certainly worthy of, he was worthy of being a starting quarterback, certainly worthy of being a backup quarterback. I mean, to say he wasn't one of the best 64 quarterbacks in the world is absolutely insane. But, I just don't know if one particular owner is going to want to deal with it, like we've said. And I just think Jay-Z, who's very smart, I think is probably just looking at this going, okay, yeah, he probably understands that people are going to look at him the way you're saying. It's a little hollow, but I think also he's got a bigger picture in mind to go, let's not let this happen again. And I think that's where I'm trying to be positive about it. I think that's where he's at because he's shown me some positive things along these kind of conversations before.
I think it's a net positive development. There's
Yeah.
just a caveat. There's an asterisk.
Yeah,
There's a blemish on this because everything that they want to promote runs contrary to the idea that Colin Kaepernick is being frozen out of the league on false pretenses. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.